We're going to be taking a look at the Commercial Driver License Manual. Hi, this is Barry Branton. We're going to be taking a look at the Commercial Driver License Manual, what sections you should study for the General Knowledge exam. So I'm just going to show you, this is what I call the Federal CDL Manual. A very basic template manual from which the other state CDL manuals are derived. And the chapters that or rather sections that we are interested in for the CDL General Knowledge exam is Introduction, Driving Safely, Transporting Cargo Safely. And if you're going to be driving a vehicle with air brakes, of course, you need to study the air brakes, which is a separate exam. And then also, this is not part of the written exam, but you'll need to do it later through the skills test. Vehicle inspection, basic vehicle control skills test, and on-road driving. So we've got Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, and you should study Section 11, 12, 13, and if you have air brakes, I recommend studying Section 5. So, Section 1, Introduction. Very important section here. You want to take a look, first thing you want to do is take a look at Figure 1.1. This is determining the class of CDL required. This basically is a spreadsheet, or a flow chart rather, of the process to determine what type of class of CDL license that you want. And just follow this diagram, and it will it will tell you what you need to do. The next thing I suggest studying is Figure 1.2. Let me just rotate clockwise. Actually, I want to rotate counterclockwise. I just uploaded this program. I'm not as exactly sure how to. Let's try another one. Rotate view. Here we go. Rotate view. I want to go counterclockwise. And this is what you want to take a look at. This Figure 1.2, let's go ahead and enlarge it till we get to the size that we need. Right there is about good. What you want to do is take a look at this this chart, and here are your sections 1, 2, 3. Section 5 air brakes, and section 11, 12, and 13. So the type of license for whatever class, A, B, and C. Generally, if you're driving anything that's a tractor trailer, anything like a tank truck, where you're pulling a trailer with a tank, that's going to be a class A. Also, if you're going to be driving a bus with passengers, be it a school bus or a city bus, usually class B. I would say just about all the time it's going to be a class B. Now, determine the types of endorsements that you want. You want to take a look at these different endorsements. You've got the passenger bus endorsement, the school bus endorsement, the passenger endorsement. These are all exams. The tank vehicles endorsement, which is exam, and the doubles and triples endorsement, and hazardous material. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 endorsements. You also have the air brakes. This is your section 5. So if you want to drive a school bus, you're going to need a class B. So you'll need to study section 1, 2, 3, 5 if your school bus has air brakes. Most are hydraulic, I think. And then section 11, 12, and 13, which are later on when you do your vehicle inspection, basic skills test, and 13 is your road test. So the section for the school bus endorsement is 10. So you just line it up. For the passenger endorsement, you would need to study section 4, and of course 11, 12, and 13. Now, tank vehicles, for that endorsement you would study section 2, 6, 8, and 9. Double and triple, you would study section 2, 5, 6, 7. And hazardous waste, you would study section 9. So this is a very useful chart to help you determine what sections to study. Okay, so now I want to go ahead and rotate this clockwise. Okay, so let's go back to the index. But before we do, I want to explain in section 1, you're not going to find any questions. Now, the interesting thing is the sections, some of them have study questions. So let's go to the introduction. Now, believe it or not, section 2, driving safely, is a pretty long section. So here are some of the things that this section covers. Vehicle inspection, basic control of your vehicle, shifting gears, seeing, communicating, space management, controlling your speed, seeing hazards, distracted driving, aggressive drivers, road rage, night driving and driver fatigue, driving in the fog, winter driving, hot weather driving, railroad highway crossings, mountain driving, driving emergencies, anti-lock braking systems, skid control and recovery, accident procedures, fires, alcohol, other drugs, and driving, and hazardous material rules. So there's a lot to cover. Now, there's also a lot of questions. So I'm working on a video that's going to have all the questions for section 2 in one video. And it's going to have about 100 questions. So you can scroll through your manual and get to a point where you can find the questions. And of course, we're still looking through them here. Okay, so where are the questions? Well, believe it or not, they are here. Just have to keep scrolling till we come across them. Here they are. So you'll see subsections 2.2 and 2.3. here are the questions, and it's got a lot of subsections. So I'm going to show you what I'm working on. Here are the questions. Let's just see if I can start a slideshow first. And so this would be the first. Now, of course, obviously I have to shrink this down. I have a problem with my text being too large here, so I'll have to do that probably on another computer. So for right now, I suggest studying Introduction, Section 1, Driving Safely, Section 2, and Transporting Cargo Safely, Section 3, for your general knowledge exam. This is for your commercial learner's permit. And you're going to find the questions, or you will find questions in Section 2 and in Section 3. And by the way, we hadn't taken a look at Section 3. Here it is, Transporting Cargo Safely. We have Inspecting Cargo, Cargo Weight and Balance, Securing Cargo, and Cargo Needing Special Attention. So this section isn't as long as Section 2. It is detailed, but it isn't as long. You can see that's the end of it right there. And then on to Section 4, which is you won't have to worry about unless you're wanting to get the passenger endorsement. So that's it. And so stay tuned for my Section 2 video, which will be coming up. We'll be covering the questions. That should be in not too distant future. And so thank you for watching, and hope you have a great day.